Hello, I am Professor Jyotsna Khedkar from Department of Pharmacy of PSG VPM's Institute of Pharmacy, Shahada. And today in this video I am going to discuss about the skeleton. So after watching this video, learners may be able to classify bones according to their shapes, describe the functions of each category of bones, distinguish between the axial skeleton and appendicular skeleton, define the axial skeleton and its components, define the appendicular skeleton and its components. So let's see. First of all, what is skeleton? What is skeleton? So skeleton may be defined as a bony framework of body. Skeleton is a bony framework of our body. So skeleton consists of the bones of the body. So for adults, there are 206 bones in this skeleton. So young individuals have higher number of bones because some bones fuse together during childhood and adolescence to form an adult bone. So functions of skeleton. Skeleton perform very crucial functions like it supports the body. Second one is it facilitates the movement. Because of this skeleton, we can move our body. Then next is produces blood cells. Blood cells like RBCs, WBCs are formed in the long bones, and this process is called as a hematopoiesis. Next function is stores and releases minerals like calcium and phosphorus. It also stores the fats. And most important function of skeleton is it protects the internal delicate organs of our body like heart, brain, kidneys, etc. So types of bones. So bones are classified according to their shapes. First is long bone, short bone, flat bone, irregular bone, sesamoid bones. These are the 5 types of the bones according to their shape. So long bones is having a cylindrical shape and longer than it is wide. Long bones are found in the arms, that is humerus, ulna and radius, and legs, the bones of legs is femur, tibia, fibula. Okay, the functions of these long bones are it works as a lever, so they move when muscles contract. Second type of bone is short bone. These are the cube-like bones and having the equal in length, width and thickness. Short bones are found in carpals of wrist and tarsals of ankles. Its function, it provides stability and support as well as some limited motion. Next type is flat bones. These are the thin and curved bones. Example of flat bone is cranial bones, that is skull bones, scapula, sternum and the ribs. Its function is it serves as a point of attachment for muscles and often protect internal organs. Fourth type is irregular bone. So it does not have any easily characterized shape, and that's why it is called as a irregular bone which occurs in irregular shapes. example of these bones is vertebrae and facial bones. Fifth type is sesamoid bone. Is a small and round bone shaped like sesame seed. That's why it is called as a sesamoid bone. These bones forms in tendons. So tendons is sheath of tissue that connect bones to the muscles. Example of sesamoid bone is patella. Function of this is protect tendons from comprehensive forces. So division of skeleton. The skeleton is subdivided into two major divisions. First is axial skeleton, forms the vertical central axis of the body and includes all bones of the head, neck, chest and back. Second division of skeleton is appendicular skeleton. It includes all bones of the upper and lower limbs plus the bones that attach each limb to the axial skeleton. So we have seen the divisions of skeleton by tree diagram. So let us see. Skeleton is divided into two divisions. First is axial skeleton, which contains 80 bones, and second one is appendicular skeleton, which contain 126 bones. So axial skeleton may further divided into three parts, that is skull, vertebral column and thoracic cage. The skull includes 22 bones and vertebral columns include 26 bones. Thoracic cage include 25 bones. So skull is again divided into three parts, that is cranium is having 8 bones, face bones having 14 bones and ear ossicles having 6 bones. So there is also a hyoid bone which is 1 in number. Next is thoracic cage, which is having 25 bones, in which there are 12 ribs which appear in pairs, that is 24 ribs plus 1 sternum. Then vertebral columns contains 26 vertebrae, in which there is a 7 cervical vertebrae, 12 thoracic vertebrae, 5 lumbar vertebrae, 1 sacrum and 1 coccyx. Now let's see the appendicular skeleton, which contain 126 bones, in which the appendicular skeleton is divided into two parts, that is pectoral girdle and pelvic girdle. The pectoral girdle and upper limb and pelvic girdle and lower limb. So let's see the diagram of skull. So skull or cranial bones contain the 8 bones, in which 1 frontal bone, 2 parietal bone, 2 temporal bone, 1 occipital bone, 1 sphenoid bone and 1 ethmoid bone. Okay, these are the 8 cranial bones. Then face bones. Face bones is having 14 bones, in which there are 2 nasal bones, 2 lacrimal bones, 2 inferior nasal concha, 2 maxilla, 1 mandible, 1 omar, 2 zygomatic and 2 palatine. So occipital bone forms the base of the skull. Temporal bone are situated at the base and the sides of the skull, lateral to the temporal lobes of the brain. Then parietal bones are too large. There are the large parietal bones are connected and it makes the roof of the skull. Sphenoid bone. Sphenoid bone is situated in the middle of the skull towards the front and forms the rear of the orbit. Ethmoid bone is small bone in the skull that separates the nasal cavity from the brain. Frontal bone forms the front of the skull, that is forehead. Then facial bones. Zygomatic bones are 2 in numbers and that forms the cheeks and contribute to the orbits. Then lacrimal bones, these are also 2 in numbers, form the medial wall of the orbit and articulate with the frontal, ethmoid, maxilla and inferior nasal conchae. Then nasal bones, these are also 2 slender bones located in the midline of the face, fused to form the bridge of the nose. Then maxilla bones. Maxilla bones fuse in the midline and form the upper jaw. Then palatine bones. The palatine bones fuse in the midline to form the palatine, located at the back of the nasal cavity that forms the roof of the mouth and floor of the orbit. The mandible. Mandible forms the lower jaw of the skull and is one of the bone which is movable, face bone. Next is the hyoid bone. Hyoid bone is a horseshoe shaped bone situated in the anterior of the neck between chin and thyroid. The vertebral column. Okay. So let's see the vertebral column. Vertebral column is divided into 5 parts. That is, there are some curves. First curve is cervical curve, that is from C1 vertebrae to T2 vertebrae. Okay. Next part is the thoracic curve, covers the region between vertebrae T2 and T12, which is appear in blue color. Next one is the lumbar curve that covers the region between the vertebrae T12 and L5 and it is appear in yellow color. The next one is the sacral curve, begins at the sacrovertebral articulation and ends at the point of the coccyx, which is appear in green shade. So let's see the typical cervical vertebra of the in which the lateral view we have seen. Then this is the typical thoracic vertebra, typical lumbar vertebra, and this is the lateral view of coccyx shown beneath the sacrum. Next one is thoracic cage in which the sternum. The sternum is also called as a chest bone, and this is the ribs. Now appendicular skeleton. So in which clavicle is also called as a collarbone. The clavicle or collarbone is long curved bone on the upper portion of the shoulder that connects with the scapula and the sternum. Next is scapula. The scapula or shoulder bone is a flat triangular bone that connects to the humerus and the clavicle and forms the shoulder girdle. Then the upper limb bone, in which the humerus, which is situated at the upper arm, the bone that is forming the upper arm is the humerus, and it is a long bone. Then ulna and radius, these are the bones of the forearm. This is the forearm contains two bones, the radius and the ulna. Then carpals, metacarpals and phalanges. So carpals, metacarpals and phalanges we have seen in the images. Okay, these are 27 bones divided into the wrist bone and the palm bone and the finger bones. Finger bones is called as phalanges, and palm bones is called as a metacarpal, wrist bone is called as a carpals. Then the hip bone. The hip bone is divided into three parts: ilium, ischium and pubis. So the lower limb, in which the femur bone or the thigh bone. The femur is the longest and strongest bone of the human body. Next is patella, also known as the kneecap, and it is situated between the fibula and femur. Then next is tibula and fibula. Both bones are fused together. The tibia and the smaller fibula bones comprises the lower leg and articulate at the knee and ankle. Okay. The tarsals, metatarsals and the phalanges. So tarsals, metatarsals and phalanges bones are here. Thank you.